new, 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 do, new, 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 new. Welcome back, baby. It's Niko United. It's your boy, David.
Your boy Ivan.
And as you can tell, we're off in a good mood. We thought we were gonna come with no wins. We get in another one. Three schmackle points. Let's get it. I mean, who did we just play?
Yeah, so we're coming back from the win at home against the Chelsea, the Londoners. Um,
The
so
world champions quotes.
yeah,
Yeah, the point at the badge because they think they're the best in the world.
exactly.
But
Yeah, came with up to 3 points, right?
yep. And people say the wind must have blew in the right tide. Don't even know. Don't even quote me on that. But the but
I never heard of that.
but if you do quote me, just remember to put David at the end of it. But yeah, no, for sure, it was it was a very shocking weekend because like I said, things happened during the game. Uh, I honestly, it was raining. At least for what I saw, it was pouring, and I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be a good day. But it ended bittersweet.
Yeah, the day definitely started very dramatic, right? With the rain and the occasion and the context of all the, discussions around Amarim and how much time he has and it's really every game we play is do or die, right? So it started off dramatic, and even in the game itself, start off dramatic. But again, we came with 3 points, and that's really all that matters, right?
No, for sure. And I think I mean there was like a lot of like stories going up to into the game, like players who were picked, certain players who we were kind of iffy coming back from injury. So, a lot of things were kind of like up in the air leading up to like the actual whistle. Um but yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of jump into it. Um so everyone knows we played Chelsea at home. It was a 2-1 victory towards us. Um, Now, I will say for sure, just like off the rip, the weather was awful. Like in the game, dude, it looked like they were getting beat up by the rain. Like it looked like one of those, if you've ever
Mhm.
been hit by one of those like hard bullet raindrops, it looked like they were getting shot and airdropped on them. Because it was going crazy. Um,
Yeah.
was because of the occasion that certain things happen. I don't know. I mean, as you can see, it was very dramatic, especially because there was goals, there was cards, there were some weird tactics in the game. Um, but overall, like I said, all that matters is we got the 3 points. And guess where we're at now? Uh, Top half of the leaderboard, baby.
I
So
was gonna say, where are we?
yeah, I
I don't
believe
even know.
I believe we're ninth. Don't quote me on that either. But if we are ninth, then you can quote me. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so we're looking good. We're looking good, and with the momentum, shoot, it's going up. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, we'll go ahead. We're gonna walk through, and kind of start off with the goalkeeper. But before we jump in there, Ivan, is there anything you want to say? What your thoughts were? Before heading into this game, before us heading into the game.
Um, I mean, obviously, the a win wasn't really, I guess, expected, right, from us, considering Chelsea has had a good start to the season. They have a bunch of very dangerous players, especially on offense. And they kind of understand their style of play, right, when you watch them. Um, So, with us, we have turned at least a corner in terms of actually playing Amarin style, but there's still a lot of glaring weaknesses that I thought they would expose, especially the midfield, right? They have a pretty damn good midfield with Fernandes, Caicedo, and Palmer or whoever else in the 10. So I thought that we would struggle in that department a lot more than we did, but obviously, you know, considering they got a red card pretty early on, that definitely helped us out. Um, but uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, and I mean the red card did definitely change the narrative because you're right. I would say maybe their midfield would be slightly better than ours, um, just because, like I said, we don't is how this formation works. The midfielders are always going to be exploited because they're it's 2v3. Um, so did the red card help? Because you named a player who ended up getting subbed off kind of quickly too, Cole Palmer. So I don't know if that helped out because, like I said, they had less more attacking. But like I said, I'm not gonna say it's lucky. I'm just gonna say that yeah, it happened to roll in our favor, and you know we took advantage of it. So
Yeah. So I guess with that, let's segue into let's start with the attack this time, right? And let's start with Mbuemo, right? All season, this guy has been phenomenal outlet, right? And in the play for the red card, we saw the play that, you know, we kind of hope to see more often because it plays on the strengths of two of our forwards. Um, which that play was the ball being pinged up in the air to Sesko and him winning the header and flicking it on to Mbuemo running in behind, which literally plays to both of their strengths perfectly. Um, and yeah, the ball came in, was flicked on, and Mbuemo, got to it. Sanchez comes out, he takes a touch around Sanchez, gets taken out, boom, red card, and we gain a huge advantage for the rest of the match. So yeah, I think Mbuemo had a decent game, especially early on. Obviously, Mbuemo was the type of player to thrive more in open spaces, right? So the fact that they were down to 10 men, kind of limited the space he could run into, which clearly hindered his performance a little bit. I think he could still do a little better with his crossing. He's kind of hit or miss. There'll be moments where he hits a perfect ball to like the back post, which he did a couple times in this game. But then there are other moments where he kind of just hits the first man. But overall, I think he was good. So I agree with like a 6-8. Um, so yeah, what you think?
um, so for Mbumo, uh, he I would definitely say. I mean, it is like they're gonna rate him hard. And again, we're not sponsored by FootMob, but FootMob, if you are listening, please reach out to me. I swear to you, or you can reach out to my partner. He is, I would tell you right now, be able to get you live statistics every time, spot on. Just quick segue, sorry. But back to Mbumo. Um, he got the red card, right? He did what he had to do. He knew. He saw the weather. He saw that he was gonna beat Sanchez to the ball. Clearly, all he had to do was he knew if he just tapped it around him, it was done. It was gonna be golden. Getting the red card, I would say was more crucial just because, like I said, you always want to have advantage on the having an extra man. So with that, like I said, if you watch the game, literally after that, dude, we were just really holding the ball, holding possession. Um, I know when Bumo didn't really like shine too much, and I guess it's more because like crossing wise and maybe like getting those assistant goals didn't really contribute. I know this is being harsh and they're giving it a 6.4. I would say a 7, right? I feel like, he honestly, because of the threat he had, like that's why they were probably spread out. Um, a, I'm not in the mind of these players, of course, but I'm not gonna lie. Every time you see Mbumo, dude, the the shots that he gets off, dude, they're like slimmer of like on target type of situations. Like if he would have been like an inch like perfect on the technique, it was in, dude. Uh,
Yeah,
clearly,
yeah.
clearly, like if I know we didn't get to really address the Man City game, and I guess we can kind of segue into that. Shoot, he had that phenomenal on the volley shot, and you know what I mean. Like literally, if it was any other keeper, that would go in every day. But because he went up against Donnarumma that day, of course, Donnarumma a little bit more expertise goalie, clearly saving it. So I just feel like FootMob was just gonna diss him a little bit and give him a 6.4, but I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. I'll give him a 7. Shoot, if because I'm a Man United guy, I would say it's an 8 because we won. So bump you guys, we're giving them an 8. How about them
Fair
apples?
enough. Fair enough.
Um,
But
and but yeah, and I guess like I said, the you kind of got a little tease right of what's to come when you seen Sesko play. So and what he can provide.
yeah, so segue into that. I think he had a decent game in terms of like moments, right? He had moments where he held up the ball well, did a couple nice like technical things that kind of just shows you what he has in his bag, right? The way he's been able to bring the ball out of the air, like, with one simple touch from his chest or taking a touch and turning. Yeah, I think it's just like literally just a chemistry thing, right? In terms of players crossing at certain moments to him better, right? One thing in particular that our fullbacks or wingbacks don't really do, which if they did, they would find Sesko open a lot, is crossing early, right? So if they are sort of bombing down the wing, instead of like what they like to do is basically get all the way down to the end line and then whip it in, or the square up their player, cut in, cut out, cut in, cut out, and then finally put a ball in. No, man. Once you get down, once you get a little crack open, just put that ball in behind early while the defenders are still running back to get in position. And I think Dorgo did that against Chelsea once, and Sesko was like inches away from burying that ball in. Um, so yeah, I think he was decent. Like I said, I think it's just time. A couple more games with the squad, and I think things will start clicking. Um, so 6.4, 6.5. That's fine. Um, but yeah,
So I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on this one. I would feel like, and I'm only gonna touch on it on the manager right now. Is I feel like him subbing off Sesko first, terrible idea. Terrible idea. A, that game was ours. You want somebody to like send the ball to and hold up the ball, dude. He was that guy. He was gonna beat every one of those Chelsea players. Uh, the only reason, right, and the only reason that I would say yes, it's a 6, is because we didn't get to see more of him. Uh,
hmm
and one of the debacles right now is you're right, dude. I don't know what is going on about not passing it to this guy, because literally the one time they give him a ball, that what happened, right? He nicked it over because that's kind of what his role is, and we were through. We were just through in goal. Um, I can't rate
yeah,
him higher because, like I said, we didn't get to see much of him, and I feel like that's just always been our issue. Um, but dude, you're hindering this guy if you're subbing him off like that, especially in a game that we literally had the advantage on, and we just like basically what we needed up top was a guy that was gonna hold the ball for us, and beat these Chelsea players, dude. This defensive line. Um, I hope, and I really hope that we get to see more of him, because it is kind of like a little like sad story because it's kind of turning into the Hoyland thing where they just don't pass it to him. And I think I don't know, it's because they're having that flashback moment because they're like, oh man, if we pass it to this guy, but he's not that guy. Like if you've seen him, like in his little little bare moments, he starts to cook. So that would be my one take. That's really all I can say. And for the record, just so everyone knows, I did not watch the whole game. I had to cheat and use some highlights, but I'm still a Man United fan. It's just because here in the U.S., NBC Sports sucks. Okay, but if you want to sponsor me, guys, I'm just saying, I would appreciate that too, though. Give me that free membership. Um, but yeah, that would be my intake for Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah. So moving on, Ahmad. Um, you know, his story's kind of sort of progressed like it has been all season, right? He he gets in good positions. He'll stand up his man and you know beat a player. You know, gain an advantage off of that. It's just that final product, right? And not only that, he's always in positions where other teammates are as well, right? Even on that left side, yeah, he wanted to cut in and he could, lay it off to Dorgu, but it's like if he's not playing that right attacking mid position, he's not able to get on that left foot the way he likes and utilize his sort of skill package the best, right? So if you're on the left, all he can really do is go down the left. Even when he cuts inside and beats a man, all he can do is really lay the ball off for somebody else. He can't really shoot with his right. So it's kind of unfortunate. We have a player of that quality that we can't really get the most out of because, we bought somebody to replace him essentially. And now we're just kind of using him wherever, which, I think he was fine in the game. But again, because of what we saw last year, we're kind of just left, wanting more. And I don't think it's going to come unless he's able to play in Mbuemo's position, right? Um, which, it's not going to happen. So yeah, 7.4, 7.2. Again, that's fine, right? All that's probably based on stats on take-ons, right? And key passes, which he does regardless. So yeah.
And that's gonna be the narrative, right? It's Ahmed. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. He should have been the one to be subbed off, and not Sesko. I feel like he had like a below average game. There were so many times, dude, that the final product was just, dude, the decision making. I don't know, man. It is just mind boggling to me. Like the things that he's been doing. Like
Mhm.
like realistically, like yo man, like we got rid of Garnacho because he didn't pass, and now you're kind of doing the same thing. And like we're at least you have an open mentality to like you know change, but I mean you gotta show it, dude, because like you said, right, last season, you were basically like the key player in the team. Now I know because of what we bought, kind of shifted the tone a little bit for him, but that's football, right? I mean, it's gonna change. Like we're gonna bring in players, especially because at the end of the day, like yeah, this new manager plays a different way. I mean, he wants to utilize the squad. He clearly said in an interview he's not gonna change his philosophy. If he needs to change it, he'll change it. But at the moment, he doesn't see a reason to. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're gonna have to suck it up, man, and kind of perform. I know you're not strong at like these crosses and stuff, but I mean that's kind of what we need you for right now. We need you to whip them in. Yeah, if Mbuemo ends up shifting and you kind of come in, all right, but you're gonna have to link up well because if not, you're kind of hindering the team. Like I said, luckily they had a red card, so I don't know. Maybe it wasn't seen too much in the game. It's just those, like you said, those final products, man. I think the thing that's killing us is we should be finishing these games, but because we miss out on these opportunities, we drag it out, and then we get in these situations which we'll talk about a little bit later about this red card, that we don't need to be doing. Like I said, the game was
Yeah.
kind of all over the place, anyways. But I just feel like for him, and his like caliber that we've seen, I just feel like yes, we need a little bit more. This football game, 7-20, only probably because he got to play the full game. I feel like Sesko had a better game. Like I said, he should have been the one subbed off, just how he was performing. Um, but that's just my take. I would say maybe a 7, maybe even 6.8. Go a little bit below, just because of how this game was given, like handed to us, at least. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but that's just me being hard, right? At the end of the day, did he do what he was needing to do? Yes. Okay, I would give him that. Like he did his take ons. He did want like take the shots that he felt like in his mind. But the thing is, right? At the end of the day, like you know, we're a team, and we're gonna have to utilize it. Cecil knows his role, man. He knows that. Hey, dude, they bought me. Hold up the ball, do this. I'll do it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like these are the roles that you're given at the moment. So
Yeah. And I was just gonna say, yeah, I think like you said, we kind of expect more because of last season, and that's the interesting thing, right? We speak of him not being good with his end product and being a little wasteful, but last year, like he was probably the most sort of secure player with the ball, right? Like he never lost possession stupidly, right? Like he either took two players on consistently on his own and create an opportunity, or he would cut inside and like play a ball in behind or play a ball out to the fullback perfectly, like every time, right? Or he would recycle it when needed, right? He wouldn't force things as much like a Garnacho, right? Um, but I really think the problem is he's one of those players where like um, when he's in his position and he has the proper people doing runs, on that wing for him, like that's his bread and butter. That's where he knows, like it's almost like second nature. He knows the run's coming and he's gonna lay it off, or he's gonna cut inside, use the run, cut inside to create some space, right, and take a shot. Um, but unfortunately, he's not able to play in that role. So he's asked to do things that isn't really second nature to him, right? So like you said, he's maybe second guessing himself or not really linking up with Mbuemo properly, right? And same thing when he plays on the left, right? It's not very natural. So he's not able to utilize, again, like I said, he's not able to utilize the skill set and sort of um, patterns of play that he's used to. You know what I mean? So I don't really think, unfortunately, he's gonna sort of, learn to play left attacking mid or play right wing back. I think it's just one of those things where we're just gonna have to keep him as a squad player, if I'm being honest,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and I mean,
If
but like,
Mbuemo's fit, he's just gonna be a squad player. And honestly, he's a phenomenal squad player. Like if Mbuemo's out and you put Ahmad in that role that he prefers, bro, he's a dog, right? You put him right wing back, he's pretty decent, right? He clashes with Mbuemo a little bit in terms of where they are on the pitch when they attack, but it'll work, right? Even in that left attacking mid position, he'll make it work. But it's not gonna be like 8, 9 out of 10 performances like we expect. So.
yeah, but I mean, it's only 5 games, right? Let's like I said, I mean, we still got. Maybe I'll give him like maybe 2 games, 3 games, kind of see, get a little bit. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna have to, you know, either something's gonna have to change because you're right. I mean, he has decent performance, but we don't need decent, dude. Like these other teams, man. Like you've seen, they will jump on us real hard if we're not
Yeah, for
performing.
sure.
Clearly, if you saw the Man City game, that happened real fast. Little
Mm,
hiccups, and you would think like, oh, like that shouldn't be happening. Especially like if you seen the goals they were scoring on that game, it was actually just ridiculous.
yeah.
But I mean, we'll touch more on like, especially in that like Man City game, because we can hit it when we get closer to our midfielders, which we'll be jumping on to next. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
so
you were sure you want to start with? You want to start with the left, or you want to start with the new guy that just
well,
started
well,
at
actually,
Spurs?
actually, I was gonna say, speaking of like top performances, right? Bro, Bruno, like Bruno is like the common denominator on any attacking output we've had for the last 6 years, right? He's always there, right? And it's kind of, I think the game favored him with the red card, right? He was able to push up a lot further up the pitch, um, than he normally would. Um, but yeah, man, this guy like, what was the stat? What was the record? The second fastest player to reach 100 goals in the Prem. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, considering the state of our squad the last 5 years and the changes in system and identity and players and everything. And he's been able to do that. That's crazy. That's so crazy. It shows the United agenda, right? Like it's 0 to 100 with him. Man United fans think he's like one of the best midfielders in the world. Everybody else thinks he's ass, and he just whines all the time. You know what I mean? There's no in between. But yeah, he was great, right? He kind of did what he did, right? He was able to be up more in the pitch, get the ball, right? Kind of demand it, dictate things, you know, put balls in behind, take shots, and obviously he got that goal off a set piece, which is him just kind of being in the right spot at the right time. So yeah, he had a great game, as always, as he has all season this year. So 8-1, 8-5. I'm cool with that.
Oh, so we're jumping right into our star man here, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Caught
Let's
me
go. Let's jump into
caught
it.
me off the caught me off the shin guards, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Bruno, right? I would tell you right now, man thrives when he pushes up, dude. Thrives, I say. I think especially because he was able to just play how he would like to play, right? Without any hindrance, nothing. No, you know, this guy is the definition of, dude. He will play for the badge, and the amount of like, oh, the people were saying he's whining, dude. He's not whining because like, oh, he's like upset. He's whining because, dude, he's got this passion, this drive. He knows, like, dude, like, come on, like some of these things that would be suffocating is like silly mistakes, like, dude, it's the craziest thing. You should have seen him when they scored their goal because it was like he was kind of like upset because he was just like, dude, it was a simple like, dude, we could have cleared this out type of thing. We
Mm.
should, we shouldn't be conceding these kind of stuff. Um, I would say this man just knows like whatever up and down. Like I don't know how, because this man's just getting older and older, but I don't know how he's just got the energy. I'm out there dying probably after 5 minutes, and I haven't even had my first torta, Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say that game, dude. Uh, I'm pretty sure the reason why football gave him an 8.1 was probably because he was out of position. Because he's supposed to be in the midfield, center mid. Because that man should have been a 9, at least a 9, dude. Come on, I
Yeah.
he was giving out great balls. He was just, dude. He was hustling out there. Uh, Definition of this guy cares for this badge, like this team, dude. I know, people were like, oh, dude, he's just not that guy. And I told you, I mean, and I'll be realistic, like he's still considered like the villain because, like, in the role he's supposed to play, it is kind of weird because he's not really playing his role, but like you just cannot play this guy. Uh, like the reason why we're actually surviving right now is because he's in the midfield containing the team like together. It's actually crazy to think because like if he's not in this squad, different game, dude. different game.
Well, yeah, because there's nobody in our squad that like demands and wants the ball, right? Like everyone's wanting Kobe to be that guy, but when you see him play, like I don't want to be harsh, but it's almost like there's times where he kind of shies away from it, right? Or he's happy to kind of tell a center back to like, hey man, like go ahead and pass it to the fullback, even though Kobe should be coming and demanding it and then playing it off himself, right? No, Bruno's not that. Bruno understands when he needs to come deep, pick up the ball, dictate, or when he needs to push up, right, and do things up, closer to the opponent's box. But yeah, like you said, without him, like our midfield is even more shambles than it is.
Yes,
So
and
yeah.
that's why he's made it on my wall. Because I've added some new posters. You know, kind of iterate the drive for the team. United, if you're watching, please send me gears. Please, I will take it. I'll even take the leftovers. Please, anything. Give me even a mug, please. I will be sipping that sucker out, and boom. Don't
Oh,
don't
speaking of which, I got you a little something.
don't
I still need to send it to you.
don't clip
I
that
got
though,
you a
please.
nice little keychain right here. Check it out. Check it
Wait, so
out.
you get a jersey and I get a keychain? Crazy.
What do you
Well,
what do you think I am? Made of money?
yes, sir, dude. I got you a PC, man. It's still sitting right there. Look, right
Man, you
here.
ain't give me
It's
nothing. That,
still
that
right
shit's
there.
broken down. That's a hand me down. I'll give you my
Uh,
old Man U jersey. How about that?
all right, I'll take the
I'll
gift
give you my
one. I'll take the gift one. Technically, it's a hand me down. But yeah, no, for sure though. Bruno, I would give him a 9, for sure. Since you brought up Manu, we're just gonna hit it right out the back. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off. We're going straight to Casemiro because, uh,
Mm,
a this guy just knows. I don't know. I don't know if it's just in his mind to be like, you know, we're doing good. I think I'm gonna throw in a little bit of trouble our way, cause
nah,
I
dude.
though granted. Pause there, Ivan. Pause there. Pause there. Give me 1 second.
All
All
right,
right.
okay.
Uh,
All right, go ahead.
was the yellow card the first one really a yellow card? I would say 100% no. Would be the second one
Yeah.
even be a yellow card? No, because even then they were like harsh. Now, granted, I think because of how the red card went, they were like, okay, now I got to be a little harsher on
Oh
the.
yeah.
Um, so,
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
so yeah,
And that annoys me. Like, why is that a thing? Why is it that, oh, I've already given a red, so any chance to hand out a second yellow, he's more than happy to do it. Like, why? Like, why do the standards change? Right? That don't
honestly,
make any sense.
that I can't give you an answer. And if viewers, if you want to give your thoughts or whatever, or if you agree with us, do shoot that comment down and be like, yeah, dude, these referees suck. Like, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
we don't
I'm curious to hear what people think, because like
um because yeah,
I don't know. I mean, for me, it was easy, right? Was it aggressive? Yes. Did he get the ball? Yes. Like, I don't understand how it was a yellow.
um
But anyways.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you as it is though. I think though in my mind, as a player or as a viewer, I already knew how this was gonna go though. Just how when he got the first yellow, I was thinking, dude, Amarin, please sub him off, please, like,
Get him out
dude,
of here.
please, because he's gonna get himself sent off. I was like, and it's gonna be a hindrance because if he gets subbed out before the half, and now we're screwed. I was like, but nope, didn't have a second thought. And then in my mind, I'm like, Casemiro, just let the guy go. Just don't even touch him. Don't do nothing. No. Homeboy wants to go wrap his hand around him. Now, granted, like I said, it definitely did not deserve a yellow card. He literally did exactly what I mean I would have done as a freaking guy defending that guy. Uh, Yet I just knew though. I just knew because the weather, how it all looked, how this ref saw it was
It was
gonna.
written in the stars.
Yeah, dude, it was just no, it was written in this freaking clouds, man. I could see in the clouds a referee giving another card. That's how crazy it
Yeah,
was. Um,
yeah.
and dude, Casemiro, I thought was like, dude, I'm gonna give him an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8. He got a goal. He did what he had to do, dude. He literally cooked. Yet he got himself a red, and guess what happened? It was 10v10. Our advantage gone. Luckily, their midfield was gone. So, or I guess their attacking were basically gone. So I was like, yes, we took advantage of the 11 men, but now we're down to 10. And it should have been an easy wash. That's all I'm going to say. Casemiro, you would have had an 8, sir, but I'm going to give you a 6. Okay. And now this will lead into because with him having the red card, Mainu's probably going to start, or maybe Agarte, and this is going to be even a funny thing to watch. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Go ahead, Ivan. Take it away. Take it away, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say beyond what you said, right? He started off well, like he has been this season, right? Defensively, he's been pretty solid. Unless they're running past him, right? Then he's kind of useless. But and in set pieces, bro, he's a fucking killer. He's a killer. He's always in the right place. He's always aggressive, trying to chase down the ball out of the air. Um, and yeah, he scored a goal. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, right? Where Casemiro is Casemiro. He's gonna be aggressive. It doesn't matter the context, right? And that's good in most moments, right? But in a moment like this where you have an advantage, you already have a yellow, the half is almost over. It's not even like this guy's running in on goal and he does a semi-aggressive tackle. It's like, come on, man, right? But again, it's Casemiro. Like that's how he plays his football. That's like telling him not to use his right foot. Like, what you mean? This is how I do things. Um, so yeah, whatever they score the game 6-5. That's cool. But yeah, but anyways, let's quickly move on to the fullbacks real quick. So I'll leave Masraoui for last. We'll start with Dorgu. I think he had a good game. Up and down, defended really well. Did some good crosses, whatnot. I think he's kind of coming back into form because he had a not a rough, but he kind of had a whatever couple first games, especially offensively. But I think he, like I said, he had that one moment where he crossed early towards Sesko, and I hope Amorin pointed that out and said, "Hey man, like that right there is the play we need more often, right? You don't have to always run all the way down to the byline and whip it in from there. You can hit him early because Sesko's ready for it. Um, so yeah, and then Mazraoui, bro, this guy is bro. He's the best footballer in terms of like class and like just raw IQ that we have, bro. This guy, when you watch him play, he does everything right. His touches, like he's just so clever. He's so silky on the ball. His dribbles, like the positions he takes up, the crosses, the 1-2s, the one-on-one defending. Bro, homie's defending like Wan-Bissaka, but with actual technical ability. Like it's crazy. The only thing, if this guy had pace like Wan-Bissaka, bro, he'd be the best right back in the world. He's just a little slow, but um, yeah, he had a great game. I'd give him a high 7 to be honest. But yeah, that's that.
Damn, he went with the double whammy. He didn't even let me talk about Dorgu. He just said, I'm going to hit Dorgu and Mirzwawi back to back to back.
Yeah, go ahead,
Uh,
do your thing now. Go
uh,
ahead.
you know what? I'm going to start with Mazraoui, okay? So, Mazraoui,
All right.
you know, actually, I prefer him to start going forward, please, because that man deserves that spot for sure. Uh, I'm unfortunately going to say Ahmed, no. Of course, the only thing is, yeah, I wish he was faster, because he does get caught slipping. But dude, Yeah, for a free chance. Yeah, no, he was free, right? He was
Basically, it was
yeah,
like I think 15 mil, which is like nothing in this market.
yeah, dude, phenomenal signing, bro. Literally, what we've been looking for a right back, right center back. This guy is just
Anything you,
yeah.
well, I've been hearing we might put him at CDM.
Oh, hey, 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 hey,
He
it
might
might
be the
be,
solution. We'll see,
it
bro.
might
But he's
be,
so class, he can do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's one of those players.
yeah. I would say high sevens, dude. 7.8, 7.9. That's what they gave him. Good job, for mom. I'm proud of you. You actually knew what you were doing this time. Um,
Yes, sir.
so yeah, that guy is good. Dorgu, oh man, this is what we need from him. This is what we need, dude. He got that assist, and dude, he's crossing finally. That I've been needing, literally been asking all season, dude. Just cross, and you'll see, man. I know your technique ain't there, but the only way your only way we're gonna see any improvement, bro, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to just whip one in. Or at least, like I said, if it's not gonna be high to like Sesko, dude, low, dude. Dude, you're so quick, kid. You're so quick, Dorgu. I'm telling you, sometimes you shock me because I'm like, this ball going out, man. Nope, proves me wrong and gets it. So, uh,
Yeah, he's an
dude,
athlete.
dude, I would give him an 8. Let's round that sucker up to an 8. They gave him a 7.7. You guys are just hating because they got a goal and we didn't get to keep a clean sheet. But I'm going to 8. Um,
Mhm.
so phenomenal game from Dorgu. Very improvement from the Man City. Oh, he didn't even play the Man City game, so I take that back. But definitely a good improvement from the few games.
Mhm.
So, dude, that was just these wing backs, man. This is exactly what I need. That's why I said y'all better be careful, man. I better be careful because he might not be starting. Um,
Mhm.
we're gonna jump right into these defense, man. Oh man, I tell you right now, foot mob, you
Jesus.
gotta you
Hey,
gotta
relax over
you
there.
you you gotta you gotta be able. You're gonna have to stop being haters because of them not keeping a clean sheet. Because all of these at least eights, and I'm gonna start with the guy that got subbed off and we got scored on because of it. Harry Maguire, dude. Harry Maguire literally had the game of his life. Uh, he was just sitting back. I don't know because if it was because of the red card and they didn't have really much of attack, but man was having the game of his life until he got subbed off. And guess what happened when he got subbed off? They got a sub play and they scored because we didn't have the guy to clear it. Good job, tactical play, manager. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, dude. But you know what's crazy? He also got an assist. So I would give Maguire an 8. And you know what? I'm just gonna hit it again. Don't clip that either. uh Shaw, dude, like I said, dude, I feel like these defense just had a cakewalk, man. They just were just enjoying
Mhm.
their life. I know he was having a rough back when he was playing in the Man City game. Yeah, dude, he was just getting cooked in that game. This game at least built up the confidence a little bit from that because he played good. He played real good. I would give him an 8.
Mhm.
Like I said, did it help that they didn't have really much of attack? Yes. But did that just go our way? Yeah, 100%. Now, the guy that I cannot say can never be benched. I swear he can never be hurt. Please, as a center back, my boy the lit dude. Like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
this man, and I say this guy, literally
He's the real
played
deal.
the real deal as our center back,
The
dude.
one.
Uh, the I would say he's a 9. How he was just playing so good at defense. Like I don't know if it's just he just knows like our defense and our midfield well because he was just there. He was there locking in, making sure Jao Pedro was locked in his pocket. Didn't even have a chance to get close to the goal. Uh, And think about it, Pedro was been cooking for the last games. So I thought, ooh, man, this man's on hot form. Mm-mm-mm. The said, nope, not in defense, not in Man U's home. Mm-mm. So that performance right there, gotta see it every game, Delit. So please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt.
Yeah, he's for whatever reason, there's this odd narrative around him, right? That he's not really the guy, right? He's not like nobody really talks about him, even though for the last 2 years, bro, he's been like an 8 out of 10 performer every time he plays, right? Which is elite, right? You get 8 out of 10 damn near every game. That's elite, you know. But he's just gonna continue to be the most underrated defender in this league until we do anything, right? If we finish top four, he might get some recognition. Um, but yeah, until then, again, he's just going to be underrated, like many of our players, Bruno, etc.
Well, I kind of want to
Um,
see him next to Martinez because it's been a minute since we've seen like Martinez, him, and Euro all three together.
hmm
Because I think what's been
hmm
making him, I guess, underrated is the fact that say for example Shaw a lot of the times, he'll get beat, and then because of that, the lid's got to make a decision. It's, hey, let that guy make the attack and run through, or maybe get the ball, intercept it, and clear it out, and leave my guy behind, or like I said, just let him go and try to, and then hopefully our goalie makes the save. Now, storyline with our goalies, anytime we see a shot go on target, we close our eyes and hope for the best that it doesn't go in. Um, I think that's really been the issue because then he'll make the call, or for example, he won't dive in because he is known for his injuries too, and he'll hurt himself, um, which costs us dearly. I think he knows that we really don't have a backup to be taking injuries in the back line like that.
yeah, sure. Um,
Don't be taking, yeah, sure.
I
You
don't know
agree
if
with me.
well, I don't know if I'd say he doesn't dive in. That's half his shtick. Homeboy be like slide tackling people like crazy. He'd be like blocking shots. Like that's kind of what I like about him, right? He has that aggressive nature that Martinez also has, right? Um, I guess I don't want to, I hate making comparisons, but almost like Vidic esque, right?
I
Kind
knew
of
you
just
were gonna
throwing
say
his
that.
body wherever,
How did I know you were gonna
getting the
say that?
job done.
How did I know
Yeah,
it?
it is aggressive tackles. That's Vidic, right? But but yeah, I agree, right? It's one of those things. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to Maguire. Like you said, he's had a good season this year. He's had a good. I think last year, every time he played, he was really good. Um, on the ball, he's okay, right? Um, and one on one, he's fine, but mainly his outstanding attribute, right? It's kind of boring to say because everybody knows, big head Maguire always wins headers, but it's such a utility, especially considering how teams are, kind of focusing on set pieces. They're all adopting the Arsenal way, right? And crashing the box. So yeah, he's been pretty good, and obviously in this game, he was really good, especially in that second half when we were, tied with men and they were starting to gain more possession and more momentum. And then yeah, Shaw, I think he had a sort of redemption game. He was a lot more tidy. His positioning was a little better. So yeah, I mean sevens for them I think is okay, but I would definitely, like you said, probably give them an eights at least for all of them.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I think it was a good little breather from the Man City game because that game definitely told a different story on defense and possession. Um, because McGuire was in that game too, where he tried to catch up with Haaland who was breaking away. So kind of differs. Like oh man, like even Shaw, right? You can tell that like one of the key issues is just the pace portion. Um, and I think that's the only dilemma that they have. It's just pace. Like their positioning is like I would say slightly above, you know, average. So, but because like if they go against someone that's a little bit stockier, bigger, that's probably the only weakness on that aspect. Only thing. That's the
Mm,
only thing I'll say. So we'll hit
yeah.
up with the last line of defense. Ivan, take it away.
I mean, there's not much to say, right? You've already made the joke earlier, but it's kind of it comes from unfortunately reality, right? He's not the greatest goalie, right? I think he's not too prone to errors, at least from like open play. He'll save it if it's sort of like an obvious save or comfortable save, but you never expect him to kind of save us out of situations, right? But I will say, at least playing out the back, he's at least more successful than previous goalkeepers we've had. Um, like I said, the red card was him kicking the ball forward, Sesko flicking it on. So he still provides a little bit in that aspect. Um, but yeah, in terms of shot stopping, in terms of defending corners, again, it's the same old story, right? It's not gonna change, right? It's the same goalie. I would like, in my opinion, for obviously most people feel this way. I would like for the new guy to get a shot. Now that we're going into easier run of games, and he's been here for at least what 2 weeks now, maybe. Um, so yeah, I would definitely like to see what's his name, Laments get a shot. So um, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and been in the year, dude. I think the only, I guess, like notable thing too is remember he got beat. He got scored on three times, in the Man City game. So that like sucks away a lot of confidence, man. Just getting like destroyed in the and like I said, the only reason I made the joke is because I feel like whenever there's a one on one, I think back right if we had like De Gea or Schmeichel, you know you would at least have some hope like oh man they can make the save. There's like a chance. With like
Mm.
these keepers, dude, it's more of like, yo, striker, just please shoot it out wide, man, or scuff it. Like it's not even like like keeper, yeah, you got this. Like that's the debacle, right? So fair enough. I would love to see the new guy get a chance. Now, I don't want to also because like I said, Benedict, he's like that. It's I don't know. I just I get like I told you, I get like this weird feeling off of it. Like he's get this like moments that I'm like, dude, he's like the guy. For example, I think there was like this last opportunity that Chelsea had, and he finally did the right thing, which was just punch that sucker out of here. Like you know what I mean? Like in the midst of everybody, while it was pouring rain. Like in my head I'm like oh my god this guy he's finally like taking like action because the thing was in the Man City game I feel like he hesitated a lot like coming out and then that's how they would get the ball and like dink him or dude, just like come on, like just get out there and do what you gotta do. Like you kind of at least have some kind of pace because he does move. He's just not. He just like questions himself, which is why it looks really bad when we do set pieces because I think he's in his own mind, especially because like I said, I don't know if it's just keepers when they wear the badge and get like this. Oh shoot! Like I don't want to look like the complete goofball and then they end up doing that anyways. Uh, so if they start Lemons, I'm not gonna be like, yay, until I see him actually play. Uh, and if stick Benedier in there, I mean, I still wouldn't be like upset because, like I said, he only let one goal in, and this was Chelsea, the World Cup team. I mean, I know they didn't have their attack, but at the end of the day, he had an easy ride. He did what he had to do. I would say six. You know, and that's it
Yeah,
for, and that's it for it is. Um, you
that's
know,
fair.
and then I mean, we can quickly touch on the subs. And
Nah, not existent.
and
Yeah, yeah.
and the only reason I want to touch on the sub is because I wanted. I mean, any Chelsea fans, if you're in here, I just need to know what was your manager doing when they subbed off. Not only the your what's the kid's name, the left winger,
It's
it's
about.
yeah, but then he subs off Neto like a minute after. Um, like I just need to know what do you guys know your manager better than I do. I'm just I would think in a logical aspect, like at least keep somebody in attack. I just need to know.
Yeah, it was just panic stations, really, right?
Hey,
Early on in the game, we scored not too far after. Just one of the things, right?
well, but I'm saying we scored after the fact though, so he made the sub after he got the red card. So I mean I
I,
don't,
I bet
yeah,
them.
yeah I don't know. I mean I know our subs. I think like I said, the only one that I questioned for sure was taking off Sesko instead of Ahmed, and then the Maguire one was just terrible timing.
Yeah, for sure. Homie's probably tired though, so it was one of those things.
Yeah. So
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
yes, sir. And overall, another 3 points takes us a you know top half of the leaderboard. Great way to get the momentum going. We're going straight next to who are we going against next?
Uh, was it Brentford? Brentford. That's what it is.
Brentford,
Brentford.
and that's and if we get another 3 wins, 3 points, oh man, that's gonna be icing on the cake. But Ivan, because you're the man with the statistics, I need to know. We all need to know. The whole
What now?
the whole Niko United fan club needs to know. What is your
All three of us.
takeaway? Yeah, what is your takeaway from this game?
Yeah, so I got a couple. First thing is, Bruno is still very, very key to our success, right? Regardless of the position he plays, right? Obviously, he's sort of playing out of position, or at least playing in a position he doesn't really favor. But even in that, he still shows up, puts in a shift, right? Um, is there when we need him, dictates play from deep, and even still provides goals and assists somehow from deep. So yeah, that hasn't changed. Second thing, speaking of one of our better players, Mbuemo is probably our best attacking outlet this year. And it's been great to watch him play, right? His pace, his ability in transitions, his first touch, his press resistance, and just his dangerous left foot, right, in terms of shooting and also in terms of whipping those crosses in. He's been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal for us. Third thing, uh, I'd probably say, like I already mentioned, ligt he continues to be like the most underrated player in the Prem, right? And again, that's kind of carried over from last year and especially now this year. He's just been like absolutely phenomenal for us, right? Aggressive, winning most of his duels, right? Handles pretty much any striker he's had so far. And he's had Gyokeres, right? Supposed to be this big bully, this big quick guy, and Delic is supposed to be, not strong enough, right? They don't really consider him like a Van Dyke in terms of physique, but he handles his own, right? And he hasn't really missed a step. Um, so yeah, and then another thing would be, finally we got to see Mazraoui play, and again, the game just proved how classy he is, right? The guy is like an absolute football genius, right? He could play anywhere and figure it out, right? His touches, his movement, his link up, like he just understands football. And hopefully, we can utilize him um, in that right wing position, center back, whatever. If CDM works, hey, let's try it out, right? And then the last thing is just that I think with that win against Chelsea, I think Amorin had at least bought himself time to the end of the season for sure. Obviously, everybody's been worried about that. Every game it's, is this Amorin's last game? This is do or die. But I think the win against Chelsea definitely at least has given him to the end of the season, in my opinion. So that's it. Five
And
things we learned from the Chelsea game.
I'll put my like 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent. I don't even think I have any senses with me. I'm
I was about to
more
say
I
that's
guess
a lot of
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I was gonna say I went. I only carry card unfortunately now. But on a real note, dude, us like fans, dude, we gotta be stop being so hard. Think about it. We've played, and everyone's saying, "Oh, we're having a terrible season so far." We've literally played Arsenal, we played Man City, and we played Chelsea. Three
Mm.
of like the three big dogs, in the Prem right now. And we're top of the top half of the leaderboard. We've got the 3 points. Arsenal, I forget. I don't even remember now. Did we lose? We lost, right, by one. No, we drew.
Yeah, we lost. We lost.
Yeah,
We
see, my,
lost.
my brain was just like, I don't know, brain fart. This is why we have Ivan, the best statistics guy ever. I don't need no Google. I don't need nothing like that. He's got the database up here. But like, think about it. I get it, dude. It looks bad just as a fan, but you have to. These like things aren't gonna be one day fix, one season, one like Of course, would we love to see that? Yes, because we want to be the Man United in the glory days. But like at the end of the day, we've got a good momentum. I feel like if we can keep that right now, dude, I think we're actually gonna maybe get to that Champions League. I was actually thinking maybe like Europa League, but I mean, dude, I think we have a good shot because if we can make it to December and potentially get the signings, that we were trying to get, because out of nowhere, all these revenues came up that I've never even heard of, but you know, somehow they've made revenues. I feel like this could just change like the trajectory that like everyone's been hating on, dude. Like everyone has literally been so negative and not seen like the little things. Would the Chelsea game really be like lucky the fact that they got a red card? Yes, but the fact that the play came from like a play and like how it all worked out, you know, that's sometimes the football though. At the end of the day, nothing's gonna. I mean, shoot, last season we have injuries. We had all these issues going on. We transitioned. Like it happens. That's just football. So, do we have a stroke of luck? Maybe. Maybe. But we utilized it. We didn't lose. Yes, would it have looked? It would. You guys would have painted a different narrative if we lost and didn't take it. It's this thing visualization, but I'm overall glad the boys got the win. I feel like this was more needed because it just shows that like, hey, we're not out of the race. We're in it. Like I said, we've already played like half of the big teams that we were kind of stressing about. One of them we didn't even play awful. The second one, it like I said, it was usually that's how it happens when we play. Usually the floodgates happen, and then You clearly saw what happened in the Man City game. I don't have to go in too much detail. It just happened. They got a goal, and then it just kept coming, kept coming. Um, at the end of the day, I mean, dude, we're at the top half. We're looking good. Everyone's performing. I can't wait to see when Cunha comes back. Can't wait to see when Martinez shows up. You know, because these you never know with these players, man. At the end of the day, it's just gonna flow. Once Mbuemo starts scoring, dude, it's gonna be crazy. When Cunha finally gets his goal, gonna happen. When Sesko starts getting involved, it's gonna happen. Yes, the midfield looks shaky. Yeah, but it's just what we got right now. That's my
Yeah, we still
three.
got problems, but yeah,
Yeah, that's my like 3 cents. You know, I'm just some guy here in the states, but as you clearly said, we are united. That's the main poster, right? That's what we stand for. We gotta back up our team, dude. We can't be hammering out all this stuff, dude.
positive. Only
That
positive vibes over here.
cause like look at us, dude. I'm pretty sure. I tell you not. I tell you not. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, dude, this is wash. Chelsea were done. They're world champs. They beat PSG. There's no way we got a chance." Literally, first moments glimpse. One of our buddies, who's a Chelsea fan, dude, he even was shocked at the what happened. But that's football, dude. Unexpected sometimes.
Well, it's not even unexpected anymore. We are so good at starting aggressively. Like that's all we've done all season, right? Even in the Fulham game that we tied, um, I think maybe the only one not so much was maybe Man City, but every other game we've started so aggressive, right? So it's not really a surprise anymore. Um, but yeah, clearly it surprised Chelsea, right? They kind of looked lost, right? They didn't know how to respond, and then it led to that red card, and that was it. That was
Uh,
it. But yeah, anyways,
And then yeah, the
you know,
manager looked. The manager made some bad calls. Right, go jump on that bandwagon. Why is no one? Yo, why did not jump? I don't see no post on what's going on with that manager. Don't see that. Last thing,
United agenda.
yep. And only thing I'm gonna say is, Ganacho didn't even play. So suck on them. They bought that guy for I don't know how much they bought him off us from us, and then he didn't even play in that little like cup game that they had. No, he did play, and he played terribly. So suck on them levels, Chelsea. You guys bought our problem child. Um, but I just want to say thank you everyone again for watching. Like I said, I want to just come off the high. We won 2-1. We beat the world champs. Um, so
Stop
it's just
calling that.
it's just a
Stop
little
calling that.
it's just a bittersweet, little icing on the cake. Um, if you have any suggestions, comment. If you're liking the content, of course, like, subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to watch. Like I said, me and Ivan are trying to make new content, potentially maybe some like video games. If you guys haven't, go ahead, get EA FC, start that career mode for Man United, and get us that title. Yeah, get us that title. Um,
Manifest it.
yep, manifest the reality. Um, but other than that, this has been your boy David,
And your boy Ivan.
and we're signing off.
Yeah.